Hey guys, today I'm doing a video on Rangiku, Matsumoto, Toshiro, Hitsugaya, and Isshin Shiba. So let's start on straight with it. So the 10th Division is in charge of planning, coordinating, and executing large missions. Everything is run through their division first, and if approved, the 10th Division gathers the required Shinigami from each division, assembles them, assigns them duties, plans the attack, coordinates the Shinigami according to the mission, executes the attack, and then keeps maintenance over it. That includes sending out more reinforcements and information regarding the mission. So now let's get on to Rangiku Matsumoto. Now Rangiku has, really big, personalities. That's right, personalities. But anyway, she is literally the most lazy lieutenant, and I don't really know how she became one. I mean, Maurizio Miyada is pretty bad, but he only became a lieutenant because his family bought their way in. But seriously, there should be any other lieutenant class Shinigami. But no, Rangiku is still the lieutenant. And Toshiro is constantly on like, Matsumoto! Really annoyed at her. It's the best part. I'm pretty sure she likes Junichimaru, my second favorite captain. Also, there was a flashback showing that they lived together as children in the Rutongai. Now, Rangiku's Shikai is called Hinako, which is a wind-based zanpakuto. And when released, the blade disappears into some kind of like ash or wind or something. Also, Hinako can be used defensively like a shield. She does have some abilities for Hinako, one of which being Neko Rimbu, which is when she can create a cloud enveloping the opponent, creating a deadly tornado, which is really cool actually for a bit of ash. Now, her second ability is called House. This is when she creates a multi-layer wall of ash around someone to protect them, like I said, defensive kind of bits. Now, Rangiku does not have a bankai yet, but she's tried to achieve it. But Hinako is very annoying and lazy, just like her, so she makes it very hard for Rangiku. Now, I'm actually so happy that I can finally make a video on my favourite captain of all time, Toshiro Hitsugaya. Now, he's a child prodigy, about 10 years old, or actually no, he's about 110 years old if you put weird Soul Society ages. I'm not sure how that works. I think it's like 10 times more, but I'm really not sure. Also, he wields the most powerful ice-type zanpakuto ever. When he was a child, he lived with his grandma and the Rutongai, and every time he went to sleep, he would have dreams which had a voice calling his name. And every time he woke up, his house would be covered in ice, leaving his grandma freezing cold. Which is, beautiful. I hope she's still alive. She was so amazing. He also lived with Momo Hinamori at the time, and had a love for watermelons. I don't know why I bothered to put that in there, I just did. Why are you hating on me? Now, like I said earlier, his zanpakuto is the most powerful ice-type zanpakuto, and it's called Hyorin Maru. And when transformed, adds a long chain onto his Shikai with a crescent-shaped blade on it. And it can summon an ice dragon, or multiple ice dragons, which takes the form of the spirit of Hyorin Maru. Now, Hyorin Maru has loads of abilities, just like, what's his name? Shunsui Kyoraku's. So we should probably go into Tensou Jurin, which can control the weather, and is the only known zanpakuto that can use this apart from Toshiro Sasakibe's Donryo Maru, and his bankai, which you do not know the name of because, well, I don't even know. Now to Shinto Tasso Hyotehi. When he uses this with Rangiku's Hinako to create an ice wall able to defend against fire attacks, which I guess is one reason why she's a good lieutenant. So that's something. Now, Shinku no Tori no Yaiba. This allows him to control Shinku Tasso Hyotehi and manipulate the ice by gathering it at the tip of his sword. And onto the next one, Rotui Hyotetsujin, which allows Toshiro to lay down a trap by placing 5 snowflake-shaped ice crystals on the floor in a pentagonal form, and then to create a giant pillar of ice, which is a bit like Rutiakuchi's. The least command for Hyorin Maru is sit upon the throne in heavens, or if you watch the English dub, it's rain upon the frozen heavens. Now, Toshiro's bankai is called Daiganen Hyorin Maru, which is a really cool bankai, actually one of my favourites. But what can I say, I'm a sucker for ice abilities like Shoto Todoroki's and Rutiakuchi's. Although it's not my favourite zanpakuto, my favourite is actually Senbon Zakura. Just a quick bit of trivia there for you. And when he goes bankai, he produces some cool ice winds and his right arm gets engulfed in ice. though I'm not sure if his left arm does. I should probably check that. It also produces 3 giant ice flowers with 4 petals in each. We'll get back to that, but now onto the abilities. Toshiro's bankai is able to regenerate as many times as long as there is water vapor in the air. So I guess Satin Komamura isn't the only one's bankai who can regenerate. Now to Zanhyo Ninjo. With this he is able to create an ice clone of himself which can even bleed, which is weird and cool at the same time, and also just confusing. But he can only use this once per battle, so we use this later on in it. Now onto his Ice Wind Shield. This one is self-explanatory. He can just cover himself in ice wings to protect himself. That's about it. Now onto my favourite, Ryu Senka. With this he stabs the opponent, and a load of ice erupts from the blade, encasing them and freezing them. I wonder how cold his ice is. I mean, I think Rutia's is like absolute zero in a bankai, but I'm not sure about Toshiro's. Now to Senen Hiyoro. With this he can create many ice pillars which encircle him and the enemy. When he turns his sword 90 degrees counterclockwise, these pillars move towards the enemy, crushing them. But the downside of this is that it takes a while to charge up. Now to Hyoten Hakuso. This ability is an extension of Tenso Jurin, although he dislikes using this when he's in his bankai, but this opens up the clouds and loads of snow falls onto the opponent, and when it comes into contact with them, turns into big ice flowers, instantly trapping them in a pillar of ice. Another one which is a bit like Rutia's. Now to Guncho Surasa. With this, Toshiro can freeze water and swing his Zanpakuto in an arc, firing loads of ice daggers in the direction of the enemy. Now to Hyoryu Senbi. With this ability, Toshiro can swing his sword in a linear direction and create an overflowing ice from his blade to form a crescent blade. Now onto Zeku. Zeku allows him to simply control Hyoryu Senbi and send it up into the air, which is basically like an extension of it, if you know. Now, you know how I was talking about the ice petals on his bankai earlier? Well, Shalon Kufang thought that all the petals disappear, the bankai disappears. But this simply isn't true. When the petals disappear, the bankai reaches full maturity, but Toshiro did not have enough power, so could not handle it. So after 18 months of training, he was able to handle his bankai by aging up into a super hard, taller version of himself. Emphasis on super hot. Now onto Flash Freezing. With this, Toshiro can flash freeze really large things at a distance just by moving his hand. This also extends to anything that the sword cuts, and one more thing, if anyone touches him, they get flash frozen as well. So just like maybe stay away from him and don't give him a hug until he's gone out of bankai. I think that's a great idea. Now to Shikai Hyotetsu. With this ability, he can freeze literally anything that's in front of him after building it up for 4 seconds. Maybe in the future he'll be able to use it instantly, though that will be a bit OP, don't you think? Just like walk up to someone, boom, frozen. One of Toshiro's Shikai's and Bankai's weaknesses include Yamamoto's, so yeah, that's about everything there is to my favourite captain, and that just took about 9 pages up for Toshiro. So let's get on to the final person, Isshin Shiba. Now Isshin is Ichigo's dad, obviously, and if you didn't know that, then what the fuck are you doing here? Go watch the anime or read the manga, you idiot. So he used to be the captain of Squad 10 with Rangiku as his lieutenant and Toshiro as his third seat. Around 20 years ago, Toshiro reported that some people had died, and he went to investigate alone and fought a strong hollow with no hollow hole, which is a bit weird. Then this random girl came in and attacked that hollow. This girl was called Masaki Kurosaki, Ichigo's mum, but not at the time, and he fell in love with her. Later on, he returned to the world of the living without permission, and while he was there, he saved Ryukin Ishida, who was family of Masaki Kurosaki. He saved Ryukin from the hollow, but Masaki was infected by that hollow. Kisei Urahara came in and told him that he could save her, but at the cost would be his Shinigami powers. So he did. They got married and became husband and wife, and had 3 kids. But we know the story after that. He got his Shinigami powers back, killed Grand Fisher, went to fight Elysian, you know. Oh yeah, one more thing. He used to be the head of a Shiba clan, who is no longer one of the noble clans, but I'm thinking of doing a video on the noble clans after explaining Squad 13, so well, look out for that. Now Isshin Shikai is called Engetsu, which is pretty strong fire type Zanpakuto, and for some reason I was under the impression that Engetsu looked like Zangetsu, probably because of the name, you know. Now Isshin can use Getsu no Tensho, just like Ichigo can, and I think it's because of like maybe all the Shiba clan and can do it, and maybe Tiny Shiba could do it, but I don't know. Also, the release command for Engetsu is Burn, which makes a lot of sense since it's a fire type Zanpakuto. Now, Isshin's bankai is really weird in the way that it cannot be used when Isshin has taken major damage, and because of that, he has not been revealed yet, unfortunately. That's one more bankai I need to put in my unseen bankai video, which I am planning on doing. Great. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing another video on Squad 11 with Kenpachi Zaraki, Yachiro Tsujishi, Ikaku Madarame, and Yumichika Ayasagawa. Wow, I did not know Yumichika's last name before today, so peace out. Also, one last thing, I can't believe this video is so long. It's probably a 17-page script, Jesus Christ. And it's like 10 minutes or 11 minutes now. So, peace out.